Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Miss Dia Supra Balastari, MPD, as Error Analysis Lecture. First of all, let us give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving grace to that we can do this presentation. Introducing my name is Dalpa, who will serve as moderator in the discussion of a non-contrastive approach to error analysis. The members of my group are Aulia Febriani and Muhammad Dafa. Well, let's start directly to the first session, which is the opening. Before that, let us say Basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Next, the delivery of the material. I invite to Aulia to explain the first material.
Okay, first, introduction. The study of bilingualism focus on understanding how different languages interact when in contact. This includes analyzing how features of one language may influence another in bilingual speech, particularly in phonology, morphology, and syntax. Constructive studies have shown that similarities between a learner's native language and the target language make learning easier, while differences can pose challenges. These errors, known as intralingual and developmental errors, include sentences like, "Did he come?" "What you are doing?" and "I can to speak French." Jadi, studi tentang bilingualisme ini berfokus pada pemahaman tentang bagaimana bahasa yang berbeda ini saling berinteraksi ketika berhubungan. Hal ini termasuk menganalisis bagaimana fitur-fitur dari satu bahasa dapat mempengaruhi bahasa lain dalam percakapan bilingual, seperti adanya fonologi, morfologi, dan juga sintaks. Studi kontrastif ini telah menunjukkan bahwa kesamaan antara bahasa ibu dan juga bahasa target membuat pembelajaran menjadi lebih mudah. Sementara perbedaannya juga dapat menimbulkan tantangan. Oke, next. Yang kedua ada sources of the present study. By studying intralingual and developmental errors within the framework of a theory of second language learning and through examining typical case of the teaching of the forms from which they are derived, it may be possible to see the way towards teaching procedures then take account of the learner's strategy for acquiring a second language. Next aja. Third is types and causes of intralingual and developmental. Intralingual errors are those which reflect the general characteristics of rule learning, such as faulty generalization, incomplete application of rules, and failure to learn conditions under which rules apply. Developmental errors illustrate the learning attempting to build up hypotheses about the English language from his limited experience of it, the classroom or textbook. Jadi kesalahan intralingual ini adalah kesalahan yang mencerminkan karakteristik umum dari pembelajar kaidah seperti generalisasi yang salah, penerapan kaidah yang tidak lengkap, dan juga kegagalan untuk mempelajari kondisi di mana kaidah ini berlaku. Kesalahan perkembangan menggambarkan pelajar yang ingin mencoba berbicara bahasa Inggris dari pengalamannya yang terbatas, entah itu dalam kelas atau dari textbooks atau buku yang dia baca. Oke, next.
Over generalization. Jacobi Buffett generalization or transfer as the use or previously available strategies in new situation in second language learning. Some of these strategy will prove helpful in organizing the fact about the second language, but other perhaps due to superficial similarities will be misleading and inequitable. Overgeneralization cover instance where the learner creates a defiant structure on the basis of his experience of other structure in the target language. For example, he can sing. We are hope it is a course he come from. Overgeneralization generally involve the creation of one defiant structure in place of two regular structure. It may be the result of the learner reduction is linguistic burden, with the omission of the third person as overgeneralization remove the necessity for concord, thus relieving the learner of considerable effort. Next. Ignorance of rule restriction closely relate to the generalization of defined structure is failure to observe the restriction of existing structure, that is the application of rule to contexts where they do not apply. The man who I saw him at table 3 at 2 violates the limitation on subject in structure with who I met him to do it ignores Rest, restriction on the distribution of make. These are again a type of generalization or transfer, since the learner is making use of the previously acquired rule in a new situation. Some rules, resurrection errors may be accounted for in terms of analogy. Other instances may result from the root learner of rules. Next. Analogy seems to be a major factor in the issue or preposition the learner, encountering a particular preposition with one type of verb. Attempt by analogy to use the same preposition with similar verb. He saw me, the book leads to explain me the book. He said to me, give, he asked to me. We talk about it. Therefore, we discuss about it. Ask him to do it, produce make him to do it. Go with him, give follow with him. Some painters exercise appear to incorrect rules being applied through analogy. He is part of the pattern exercise which practice enable, allow, make, use, and permit. Next.
Baik, saya lanjutkan. Incomplete application of rules. The incomplete application of rules category shows structural error that reflect incomplete development of language rules, systematic difficulties in forming questions, such as using a statement as a question or adding an interrogative word without changing the structure, are common in second language learners. Even though they have been question forms, learners can communicate well with only a basic understanding of the rules and are therefore less motivated to master grammatically correct forms. For example, teachers question, do you read much? Do you cook very much? Or ask her what the last film they saw was called. Jadi di kelas pertanyaan lebih sering digunakan sebagai alat pengajaran, bukan untuk mencari sebuah informasi, melainkan untuk mengeluarkan kalimat dari siswa. Namun penggunaan pertanyaan ini tidak selalu berkaitan dengan keterampilan yang dimaksudkan. Misalnya, guru seringkali harus mengoreksi jawaban siswa untuk memperbaiki pengaruh dari pertanyaannya sendiri. Beberapa buku ajar menggunakan pertanyaan secara berlebihan, sementara yang lain menghindari kelebihan pertanyaan dengan menggunakan isyarat untuk menentukan jenis kalimat yang diinginkan, sehingga mengurangi jumlah kalimat yang salah. Baik, selanjutnya ada false concept hypothesis. In addition to the wide range of intralingual errors, which have to do with faulty rule learning at various levels, there is a class of development errors which derive from faulty comprehension of distinctions in the target language. These are sometimes due to poor gradations of teaching items. The from was for example, may be interpreted as a marker of the past tense, giving one day it was happened, and is may be understood to be the corresponding marker of the present tense. He is speaks French. Jadi perhatian berlebihan terhadap poin-poin perbedaan dengan bahasa Inggris yang realistis merupakan karakteristik dari banyak pengajaran berbasis kontrastif. Upaya terus-menerus untuk mengontraskan bidang bahasa Inggris yang terkait dapat menghasilkan hasil yang sangat berbeda dari yang kita inginkan. Hingga saat ini belum ada konfirmasi substansial bahwa pendekatan kontrastif untuk mengajar cenderung lebih efektif secara a priori daripada pendekatan lainnya. Pengalaman di kelas dan akal sehat seringkali menunjukkan bahwa strategi pengajaran yang lebih aman adalah meminimalkan peluang kebingungan dengan memilih konteks yang tidak sinonim untuk kata-kata yang terkait dengan memperlakukannya pada waktu yang berbeda dan dengan menghindari latihan yang didasarkan pada kontras dan transformasi, serta bentuk waktu yang biasa untuk rangkaian kejadian yang terjadi. Misalnya saat ini adalah present tense, bentuk waktu continuous tense hanya digunakan ketika satu kejadian diambil dari rangkaian. Rangkaian itu sendiri ditunjukkan oleh bentuk waktu sekarang. Penyajian bentuk berkelanjutan ini menyebabkan sejumlah siswa berasumsi bahwa bentuk berkelanjutan dalam bahasa Inggris adalah bentuk kala untuk bercerita dan untuk menggambarkan rangkaian peristiwa baik di masa sekarang maupun masa lalu. The conclusion is an analysis of the major types of intralingual and development errors over generalization, ignorance of rules, restrictions, incomplete applications of rules, and false concept can help us review instructional materials to understand the underlying assumption of language learning. Much current teaching practice assumes that learners will simple immediate was is given, without considering the errors or learning strategies that emerge interference from the native language is indeed a major source of difficulty in second language learning. And contrastive analysis is effective in identifying interlanguage interference. However, many errors also result from learner strategies and interference between elements in the target language, which contrastive analysis cannot explain. Teaching technique should take into account the structural and developmental conflict that emerge in the language learning process. That's our group's presentation. As moderator, I apologize for any shortcomings. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.